What's up, guys? How's it going? And welcome back to another video. This ended up being a very special day because I had an incredible opportunity. So back from EPT Prague on the online grind. This was actually yesterday when this video is coming out. And I got an opportunity from PokerStars. So the High Roller Club is going on. We played that epic Sunday a couple weeks ago with 8K in buy-ins. And they wanted to boost the tournaments a little bit on Monday and Friday and Saturday because they're not ending up being so big. So they wanted to promote it a bit. So they gave some of us streamers that are on Team Online the opportunity to play in some of these events. So I actually got free rolled in this video into 2 1Ks and 2 500s in the High Roller Club. So an incredible opportunity. I'm so thankful to PokerStars that I got to do this because I get to play against some really tough competition and gain experience without taking the financial risk, which I can do sometimes, but like can't do it all the time. It's a lot, right? And of course, I'm free rolling in that any money I win, I get to keep. So I could win a lot of money too. So really cool. It was very exciting. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Without further ado, let's hop into the video of a 4K plus Friday night. So in the 1K here, we're starting off 6-handed. Of course, there's a lot of late registration in this. 3 hours, so still lots of time. As you can see, there's only 11 people in the tournament right now. 13. But it's guaranteed 80K, which is 80 people. And here's what we're kicking off with. So let's do it. All right, we're going to open here. And I'm going to make it about 2.2x. Don't need to make it huge or anything because we are starting with about 85 big blinds. Cannonball is going to 3-bet to 2100. This is definitely a hand we want to peel with the suited broadways. See a flop, which is ace-10-8 with backdoor clubs as well. Kind of interesting. It depends on their sizing here. If they go big, I think we should fold. But if they bet around a third, we should call. We have 4 outs to the nuts. Club is only 2%. That's also the nuts. Sometimes king high is good as well. Start with a call. 10 on the turn. Check. And it goes check, check. Should we turn our hand into a bluff? Probably not. I don't think there's enough things we're going to fold out. Ooh, 3-5. Suited hits the 3 on the river. Raise up this ace-jack. Maneuvered on is going to 3-bet out of the big blind to 2400. 670. So a little bit less than 4x here out of the big. I think it's close with ace-jack, but I'll start with a call. See some flops. It is an ace-high flop. That's pretty good, I think. Of course, it's possible for them to have ace-king, ace-queen, aces-tens, but definitely going to start with at least a call and see a turn, which is a 6. So bet at 4,800, and we're in a tough spot here because their range is stronger. So they have ace-king, ace-queen. They probably have ace-10 every once in a while. 10s and aces are the hands that beat us in sets. And then the hands that we beat are pretty much bluffs here. I don't think they're betting any worse hands for value at this point. So the question is, are they going to have enough bluffs? And if we call on the turn, we would have to call a shove on the river. So basically, it's like, do we call for a tournament life? So I think we have to fold here. I'll explain a little bit more in depth, guys. It's a tough spot. But the thing is, like, when we call on the turn, we're going to have to call river quite a bit. So it comes down to, like, they just have a stronger range for 3-betting pre. We have, I don't know, about the middle of our range. You know, we're going to have ace-queen here, which is going to be a better hand to call down. And then also the draws we want them to have include clubs, and we block clubs with the ace of clubs here. So it's kind of a tough spot and really annoying because obviously we flop top pair. But I think we have to fold on the turn because we're often going to face a bet on the river. The river is going to be the same situation as the turn, essentially. Their range is stronger than ours. So, yeah, I think we just have to fold the turn. But going back now, we have 10s, and we could put in a nice 3-bet to 3,800, 3,600. Just a little bit smaller given our stack. This is a hand we'll 3-bet and just call. You know, if they shove, we'll do it. Definitely with 10s. Less than 40 big blinds effective. Button versus big blind. Against good players, too, you know? But the nice thing against good players is that you kind of just take what the book says, you know, like what solid poker is, and just do that, you know, really. So you don't have to make any sort of try and soul read or deviations. Like, of course you can if you're one of the best, but really it's just about playing good, solid poker against really good players. So this is a bad turn, one of the worst turns. We flop 2 pair, deuce on the turn. We still have a very strong hand. We have a pretty good bluff catcher here. Diamonds, of course, don't get there. Finton bets 875. We'll call 4. 3. It's all right. I think we clearly have to call here on the river with our 2 pair. It's unfortunate because a 5 could be a hand that floats and then bluffs. And an overbet from Finton. Now we got to fold again, unfortunately. I don't think he has enough bluffs. He has a lot of diamonds here, but I think it's pretty unlikely that diamonds are going to overbet. I also don't think he can expect us to fold an ace very often. Yeah, I just don't think there's enough bluffs, right? You have to call on the flop, and if you call on the flop, you need to have a piece here. And what piece is it going to be? You know, like maybe king highs, but a lot of those are more likely to check down. It needs to be like queen high type hands and missed diamonds. And if there's just missed diamonds, we're losing to any 5, we're losing to any deuce. We're losing to pocket 3s, pocket 4s. There's not enough bluffs for the overbet, you know? If he bets like 2/3, we call, but the overbet, I think it just skews it to where we have to fold. Maneuvered on is going to min-raise, happily call with the kings 7 suited and see a flop. It's a big flop, a gut shot, an overcard, and a flush draw. This is really strong. Just trying to figure out what the best line is with our stack, you know? If we're a little bit shorter, I think check raise is clear. Goes check, check, jack of spades on the turn. Gonna bet 80% here, just try and get paid. Thing with this is like, we're not getting any money from like ace 5, you know? Unless it has a spade. So, might as well just go big. Let's go big and try and get paid. Hopefully we cooler them. And we did. We beat something. We're up to 28.5 in the 1K. Let's go! Against King Jack of diamonds. Kind of a hero call, honestly. They're only bluff catching. By the way, we have to make this the high roller club. There we go. Squeeze in the small blind. Call here. We'll call as well. This is, again, Crazy Lissy, who we know likes to squeeze a lot. Because we're suited, we'll call. We don't love that we have queen 10 here because queen 10 has dominated quite a bit in terms of like pair value. But we're suited. Make some straights and flushes and stuff. That's really valuable, especially this deep stacked. Bet at 1500. Call. I think the plan is to call here and see a turn. We're in position. Sometimes by just calling, we get to see a free turn and river. 8 of diamonds. Very interesting. We pick up the gut shot as well as the flush draw. Not all in.
All in, Jamie.
Abularon bets 2K. Call. I'm trying to think if there's any justification for raising on the turn, but it just puts us in really awkward spots. And the super annoying thing about this is when we just call turn, it's really hard for us to have any strong hands here. I'm going to fold for 2400, which is fine. But when they check, I think it's such a bad spot to bluff, you know? Like, we're going to be very unbalanced because of their sizing on the turn. So when we just call, like, it's really hard for us to have 2 pairs and sets and all that sort of stuff, right? But we can have, like, some weak aces that want to call. And then draws. Let's 3-bet the 10s. 3-bet call with the 10s. Our opponent has 33 big blinds to start the hand. 10s are pretty strong. Eder Kapana. Thanks for a while. And calls. We have a 4-5-8. It's going to continuation bet here. About half pot. And hope they shove. We're going to miss this board a lot, except for when we have overpairs. And, of course, we have an overpair. So, that's good. And I think check turns, like, pretty much all the turns. Check that one for sure. And call a shove for what it's worth. You know, like, ace-queen gets there. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they float king-queen. Probably not. Go check, check. Deuce on the river. Check again. I don't think we can value bet river. So, like, we can bet and make sure we get paid from, like, an 8. Which might check back. But then if we bet, we're always getting called by better. And we prevent them from bluffing sometimes. And sometimes they value bet a few worse hands, too. Oh, Spraggy 3-betting us, and we got 8s. What you on about, Spraggy? Watch this, dude. 8 on the flop. Punish the man. Oh, it's an 8 on the flop against the Spraggy. Oh, can we get all his chips? He's got us covered. But, man, I am looking forward to getting some Spraggy money here. Okay. I'm going to bet like 2/3 or so. Hey everyone, just a quick mid-video announcement here that you can join us as a member on this channel. Just wanted to let you guys know it's $4.99 a month. We do appreciate all the support you guys throw this way. Whether you just watch for free or you find some space in your budget to include that $4.99, it's much appreciated. I just wanted to let you guys know. Enough with the plug, okay? Back into the video. Oh, Spraggy. I want your money so bad. He check calls. Okay, 3 of diamonds on the turn. This is in the 530 bounty, the high roller. Gonna bet 38.40. 2/3 of the pot. Go on, Spraggy. Ship it in there with the king, queen of spades. Do it. Do it. Oh, he folds. It's nice to get some chips, though. Nice to get some chips off Spraggy. Always A lot of fun. Not that difficult, but like it's just fun every time it happens. Checks around on the flop. We have a queen on the turn. The bet our queen. I think it's really hard for Mark Devon to have a 9. So I'm gonna bet pretty small here. Like if I was bluffing, I wouldn't ever be trying to get them to fold a full house. Value betting, it's really hard for them to have a 9. They check flop, you know, which I think is super unlikely with a 9. I mean, maybe every once in a while, but probably they're just gonna bet. Well, sometimes there are coolers in the world. All right. Well, sometimes you have nut full house and you run into quads. In one case, sometimes that happens. And I mean, the good news is it was a free roll, but the bad news is like that's pretty unlucky. It's really hard to have 1 9. I can understand having 2 9s. I get that. Chip in a chair. We got the stars and nuts to quadruple us up or send us home. Into the kings. All right. It's our turn with the 9s. Rip. GG daily warm-up. Ace queen of clubs. Rabino. Did I say that correctly? Rabino. Raises under the gun. We're just going to call with the ace queen. And we have king 4-3 flop. But with backdoor clubs and the ace high, so I think we have a call on the flop, especially for a small bet size, which we normally see here. Let's get the good old jack of clubs on the turn. Ace will do. It's pretty good. And when they check, I will... Ugh. Honestly, I'm going to check here. I think it's hard to get a worse hand to pay us off on 2 streets. Like king queen calls turn and folds river, I think, you know? And the problem is they have a nut advantage here. They can have aces and kings and ace king, and we can't because we 3-bet all those hands pre. So I don't really like betting turn and river against a great player like this. I like just checking back and then betting river. And Rabino is thinking. Lena opens. One of the best online tournament players around. We're going to 3-bet the Lena to 21-25 with the ace king. What's our strategy against Lena? Play by the book. Use our knowledge to play as best we can by the book, which is going to mean a shove here, by the way. I think calling out a position against Lena, who raised to the cutoff, even at like 95 big blinds deep, I think is a disaster, you know? So we'll get it in, and they're going to be able to get it in wider because they cover us for a bounty too. So by the book, we get an ace king and hope for the best. Don't do it to us, Lena. Oh, we cover them. Oh. Well, that doesn't really change our analysis with the ace king. Like, it becomes more of a get-in in that situation, but it makes their range a little bit stronger. True story, though. This is... I lost ace-king to aces in the 1K, in the 5K in Prague, and now in the 530 bounty. It's a thing. We're out of this one as well. We got a little heads-up pot in the 530. We're going to raise on the button, get a call. We flop a pair. Go for a small bet. Get a call, 10 of clubs on the turn. I think still bet here with our pair. They're just going to have so many floats that we have a lot of equity against. Yes, clubs do get there, which could beat us. Yes, a 10 could potentially beat us, but I think it's a bet. Ace of clubs on the river. We have the 3rd nuts now. I think we have a value bet. Quick call. Ew. Okay, well, they had us. They had us on the turn with a flush. It's really unfortunate to lose there with the 3rd nuts. It's pretty unlikely we do. Ace 8 suited under the gun, but we're 8-handed here. We're going to shove it in for 9.2 big blinds. We're at risk again, chat. We get reshoved.
Oh, God.
We need help.
I'm using my 1 time.
Okay.
My 1 time.
Can you save it? This is not the time to use it. We're going to win this one. Don't worry about it.
All right, I'll take it back.
Save it. Save it. Save it. Save it. We need it for higher equity spots.
We
Ace
didn't
8
even
king
need it.
queen.
We didn't even need it.
No.
Ah.
We're running bad in the high rollers, chat. GG. Good luck, everyone still playing. We have one more high roller left. High Roller Club Daily Cooldown in action. $1,000 buy-in. It's a progressive knockout. It's a turbo. All right, Phil Royal has 70 big blinds, and we have ace king. Let's get some money in the pot here, yo. If there's a 3-bet before us, I'd probably just call because I want to keep Phil Royal in the pot. There it is. FE15 3-bets, which they're going to do a lot. They can do that with a lot of hands given that they cover Phil Royal. So as I mentioned, we'll just call here. If Phil Royal is all in, there's no way we're folding. Okay. Now we see queen 10-5 flop. We have a gutter. We have the backdoor nut flush draw. And we have ace king high, which is actually good sometimes. Even though we got 3-bet, occasionally it's the best hand. 8 on the turn. I think check call is the right move unless they bet like a massive size. And now let's bet the river. Take it down. Okay. Get a call again here. I don't think there's a lot of value in 3-betting. There's obviously some. But the most value in this spot comes from the squeeze potential from Phil Royal. Getting them involved in the pot is important. And they squeeze. This is it, Brando. Big moment. We have an all-in $250 bounty. This is it. And a re-squeeze. Oh, we're going to call it off. Ace, king, ace, queen, jacks. Come on, ace or king. For so many chips, please. Okay, we win the side. No bounty, but we win the side for 36K. And yes, results-oriented, everything worked perfectly, so I look smart with that play. But I think it's the right move in the long term. You gotta... That's the value in this hand, is that squeeze. We're going to fold the ace-9. What's that?
I was going to say to you before, I figured out what the leak in your game was.
What's the leak?
You can't win hands with ace-king.
Right, yeah.
But apparently you've
I won half a hand. Half a hand. That works. I won profit, that's for sure.
Profited with ace-king.
Okay, ace-king suited. Someone with a short stack put in chips. That's a pretty short stack, but we're a long way from getting all the money in. They're playing very aggressively. I'm going to start with a check call here. Jack on the turn. Nah, check. I mean, betting protects equity, but it's just not worth it enough, you know? And we also prevent bluffs from a player that has a very wide range. Just call river, I guess. Yeah, nice. Like, they're just playing a lot of hands, so, like, preventing bluffing from someone with a really wide range doesn't make any sense at the turn. We just got to check. We pick up ace-9. This is nice. Folds around to the button. This is a reshove. We don't cover, unfortunately. And this is a limp jam. Our opponent's going to raise quite wide, wanting to inflate the pot to get our bounty. Ace-9 is a really strong hand. Like, you could probably just open shove here. But I think we're going to make more money by limping and getting them to raise quite light. So I'll go for the limp jam. There's the raise, which we were hoping for. Now just hold the sweat, Dottie. No, against tens! Oh, they have a set! The game is over. GG, you guys. We are out of the 1K. I'm not going to re-enter. And that is the end of our High Roller Club journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oof, we ran pretty bad. We ran we ran bad. That's all there is to say. It was a lot of fun, though. A lot of experience, and the grind continues. I'm going to hop on the stream, actually, about an hour and a half in real time, get back on the high roller action. So very excited about the weeks to come. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, even though we didn't pay it off with a big score. Anything you want to say down in the comments, I read them all every day, so I'll make sure to check those out. Drop a thumbs up and a subscribe if you wouldn't mind. But until next time,